welcome to Mr. Randy from Mr. Randy's Wine and Spirits. I am Mr. Randy. Today we're going to be finishing off the second half of this mini flight from Glenmorangie. This is the third part of the second half where we're going to be talking about the 15-year-old La Santa, which is bourbon and sherry cask. If you remember the 14... Hey, focus. Oh, there we go. So the 14-year-old was finished in port pipes. Well, on the bottle, that's weird because on the bottle it does say port cask, but on the website it says pipes. Hey, I thought you were with me. You with me? Okay, you're with me. So now we're talking about the 15-year-old and sherry casks, Highland single malt. So if you're new to the channel, hello and welcome. If you're a returning viewer, good to see you again. So, I'm sorry, I have my windows open and there's stuff going on outside and it's drawing my attention away. So let's try and stay on. So La Santa does not mean the Santa, okay? It means, it's a Gaelic word, which means warmth and passion. It is a Highland single malt. It is a finished Scotch. They do claim that this has non-chill filtered. I guess that's good enough because there's nothing to say about coloring. It's a 15-year. But I'm pretty sure that there's probably about 10 to 12 years in the bourbon cask and then finished for a couple of years in the sherry cask. So it's ex-bourbon sherry butts. I'm sorry, even on the website it says something different than what's on the bottle. The bottle says cask, the website says butts. I guess they think that maybe the most Americans can't really get their heads around anything more other than a cask. They don't want to see a butt on your bottle. But anyways, moving on. So now we're halfway through this bottle. I wanted to give it a little bit of time to open up and simulate a full review. Because in a full review, Mr. Randy would wait until half the bottle, 375 milliliters of the 750 milliliter, to get into the full review of it. So let's get on. That is definitely a sherry. It's been in a sherry butt for quite a few years, actually. That definitely looks like it. Now, if you were to tell me this is no color added, I would definitely tell you that that's definitely been, it's been in that sherry butt for quite a while. But maybe that's what they do with the coloring. They kind of want to make you think that it's been in there a lot longer than it really has. It's got some good viscosity. If you can see those legs really working it. That's very nice. Let's get it under the nose. Oh, it's you definitely get that sherry. That sherry spice, raisins. Yeah, there's raisins, caramel, definitely honey. Oh yeah, toffee. Someone said toffee. I guess so. I'm not a big toffee person. My wife's a toffee person. But yeah, I guess so. I mean, I smell it sometimes. Let's go ahead and get on the palate and work that. On the palate, right away you're getting sherry. Very juicy sherry. A little bit of citrus. More of a heather and honey. I'm not getting any caramel or toffee. Not really any raisins either. Let's get one more on the palate. It's a beautiful creek water color. Oh, I just had to throw that in. So normally, if this was a 750 milliliter bottle, it would cost Mr. Randy $65 out the door, which does unfortunately put it just over his pinned ceiling price point of $60. I mentioned in my previous video that I'm getting to a point of expanding that out, maybe up to 70, because there's a lot of good whiskeys that are going to be between 60 and 70. Now this is a 43%, which is a drop down from the 14. The 14 was a 46, and this is a 43. Oh, jeez. And I have to have the windows open, and the dog wants to come over. I hate little dogs. I hate little dogs. That one's got the brain the size of a pea, and it will not shut up until it gets let back inside. So let's see how many hours go by while I have my windows open and I listen to that thing just So anyway, let's go ahead and get on with this. Let's finish. That finish was a little underwhelming. Yeah, you get a lot of that sherry influence on the finish. Some spice, a very little hint of citrus. And as it sort of evolves and it works its way back and out, there's a little bit of nuttiness, a slight bit of creaminess, but not a whole heck of a lot. Now, here's the thing about this bottle, this 15-year-old La Santa. There's a bit confusion. It's not on the website. The 12-year La Santa, if you know anything about this, did they sacrifice the 15-year to go down to 12-year? Because I do not see the 15-year on the original website. I have a hard time finding the La Santa anywhere, but I find the 12-year La Santa, and that's what that is. So my score on this, but keep in mind the caveat that this is not a full review. This is a simulated full review. I'm going to give it a solid 3 out of 5. A solid 3 out of 5. I like to try the 12-year La Santa and see if that may improve my feelings on it or whatnot. But again, take in mind that this is not a standard full review. This is a mini flight review. So we're going to pass on the my fair price point because I do not feel that is appropriate. Because again, this is a 100 milliliter bottle. There's 3 of them. Mr. Randy paid under $30 for it, which means there's less than $10 for each one of these little bottles, which means it breaks down to the 50 milliliters being about $5. Kind of expensive for a 50 milliliter, but I've seen some out there like the Johnny Walker Blue Labels, like 26 bucks. That's crazy. But so in my buy again, I'd buy it again for like the full bottle experience, just so that we could get that out of the way and say, look, I did the full body experience, and that's what it is. So let us know what you think in the comments. What do you think about the 15-year-old? Do you think it's good? Do you think it's worth a full body review? Let me know. And as always, thanks for stopping by here at Mr. Randy's Wine and Spirits. I am Mr. Randy. You have a good one.